Good evening, everybody. My name is Joe Brizuela. I just want to say thank you for stopping by and taking a couple minutes of your time to allow me to introduce myself, tell you who I'm representing, and really the purpose of this video is to maybe inspire some of you folks out there to maybe take a second look and help me with my fundraiser mission that I've got going on here. Um, First off, a little bit about me. I'm actually on behalf of the Humanitarian of Operations for Protecting Elephants, or as they're well known in the African continent as HOPE. Um, I am right now putting this fundraiser together to fund a trip over there to teach, advise, and assist using my various military and civilian training. Um, the outstanding men of the Mozambique anti-poaching unit. Okay, we'll get into that a little later, but just a quick snapshot of me. I've had 13 years in the military. I've done everything from infantry work, tactics, intelligence. I was a advanced tactical practitioner, which all that means is I was a physician assistant while deployed in a tactical environment. Um, so medicine, intelligence, again, that's me. And then several times while in the military and as a civilian, I actually spent time in Kenya, Tanzania, Ethiopia, Djibouti, Kenya, and Uganda, um, and that's where this kind of plays into the purpose of this. One of the main focal points of this video. As you guys well know, I mean, we have a wide variety of issues happening in the world, but I think one that's a very serious issue, at least to it's near and dear to me, is and I feel like it gets buried in there. So I want to kind of resurrect this big issue as well as kind of present a couple course of actions to um, hopefully allow myself to participate in solving some of these. So everybody knows that in the continent of Africa, there's several countries, Mozambique being one of them, um, that that have legitimate wild game hunting, and that's a very big thing in their economy. It fuels it, it attracts tourism. I mean, that's a major source of income. And it's unfortunate, but uh, as good come, there's also bad that goes with that. And that's where illegal poaching happens. And I mean, and we're not talking about just hunting unauthorized. We're talking about poachers who come in. We'll just take Mozambique for an example. They come in and they poach animals for all their valuables and pretty much leave just the animal for dead. All right, that does several things. That stresses out the environment as well as the ecosystem, but also it cuts into that main revenue stream that's into the legitimate wild game hunting. Mozambique has done a really good job of creating a safari anti-poaching unit. I mean, some of the astronomical numbers where some of the animals, like the Cape Cod buffalo and some of the elephants, I mean, they were just dwindling down. And through the efforts of these anti-poaching units, they have actually doubled, if not in some cases, tripled their numbers. So, and that's where I come in. Okay, I want to leverage my skill sets, my knowledge, my leadership, and my respect and humbleness to these fine men of the anti-poaching units that are already there. And I just want to kind of add a fresh coat of paint, or maybe just add something they previously didn't have before, and hopefully that enhances their efforts to really put an end to illegal poaching as a whole. There's several different heads to why this needs to be stopped, but the one that matters to me is one. I mean, there's no business doing something illegal of that magnitude that affects a country's revenue stream as bad as that does. And then of course, I'm a big believer in if you hunt an animal, you take the animal as a whole. You don't just cut away the valuables, sell it off to wherever you're selling it, and just leave the animal as a whole. That doesn't seem, that's not right. So this video serves as a big time just a call to arms, really, to allow me, through your dedication, through your checkbook, and through any means of donations to the Hope Fund, allow me to represent hope in that area of the world, and do good, and actually, um, there's very few times in a man's life where you can actually make a difference, and it's a tangible difference that you see daily. I'm a firm believer in the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to stand by and do nothing. And I just would hope that at the end of this video, I've inspired you to let me be that good man that stands up to this. I thank you again for allowing me to take your time, and I hope that through your actions, I should be on a flight and with the great men of the Mozambique Anti-Poaching Unit, and I look forward to seeing this thing in action. Appreciate your time, guys. Look forward to hearing from you.